especially with the strategies we are going for Marius, I don't like the quality points are just bullshit then. Is that already the new leaderboard?
I only wrote something with
Nah.
the Division 12 race had only 17 starters and just 8 finishers. It's of course a shitfest with rain. So many DNFs for sure also, not just levers. I guess there are also some DNFs. I'm not sure who in Div 1 maybe had DNF'd. Didn't really follow that. But yeah, I have also yet now actually absolutely no clue about my pace in the rain. I was saving very hard. I definitely lost time by saving quite a lot, for sure. But I don't know how much. I don't know how much I lost. Like, how much faster did Quick drive in the rain? I don't know. I would like to know though.
Yeah, that's also things I would want. Röder and Ilu. Oh no. Yeah, but it's. I mean, it's rain. I mean, Marius, what do you think about using that map for rain? Like, do you think it was a good rain map?
Yeah, I don't like when there are no borders.
Yeah.
And that were actually these no borders that was in really tight corners, where you came with a lot of speed and you had to slow down heavily. You could easily lose it there. That was definitely dangerous, and also one reason why I just could not really drive just normal. I had to save. And I still touch that stone so often. I wonder how lucky I was if that stone is possible to actually kill you. I mean, it looks like
I was super lucky. I lost 10 seconds with that one crash. I should have died. Or, I mean, not should have, but I could have died there. I could have cried as well, yeah. I mean, I did in the inside. Man, why can't I just have one good race day on Team FL? Just one. Is it possible to get that? It's not even. It's a. Ah, come on.
I mean, you still got a decent place. It's just that Quick got now first. That's shit, but.
I mean, for the rain race, of course, it was a decent position, yes, but overall. 8th is not what I'm satisfied with, Marius.
But I wonder if there will be a full rain race still. Because this was still more dry than rain in the end. Well, kinda half-half, but... I
really hope they don't do that, man. We had enough rain for me already.
Maybe
we had... Yeah, I don't know. They probably yes, Marius.
I just am annoyed by the fact that Quick apparently has trained it a lot on that server, and I wanted to do it also, but how? I just couldn't get to
I don't think that would have made a big difference.
Probably I would have saved the same.
75, 15, no rain. This could be a rain race.
Yeah,
no rain.
There are many no rain.
Nah, this is not gonna be rain for sure. I think actually the 8th race. So next race is gonna be normal, and then the 8th one is gonna be a rain race again. Like 70%. I mean, I know that these numbers are arbitrary, but they shouldn't be. They seriously shouldn't be. But me, Seth, me hoping for rain? No, Marius, always. Marius, I never waited for rain. I absolutely think the rain physics are disgusting, if you want my opinion about them. So, no, I did not wait for rain at all. No. How you can make the trigram empty? Yeah, I know, Lars. I do, actually. So, I mean, I don't have... Actually, let me quickly restart Trackmania now.
But well, you said that you wait for rain during the race, that you need rain.
Yeah, but Seth wrote at the start of the season. Like today, since we knew it's gonna be the rain race, there was a certain timing where it would have been good for me for the rain to come, right? So at that point, I wanted it, but not this season. No, Seth. That you probably remember that wrong. That must have been Marius or someone completely else. But I never wanted rain.
Yeah, so I
Trust
want
me.
rain. You can,
Yeah.
For me, it would be good if every race would be rain.
No, all good. You just kind of hit a nerve there. No, all good. It's fine. I have the tendency to make things sound more negative than they actually are. I don't know. Last, so dot plus, just search for the plugin. I think trigram, hide text, trigram is gone. Hide text, wait. Number, hide text. Yeah, you should have not exported. Yeah, true. You should have not said sorry for something like that. Yeah. But I don't want to hide it. I just want the. I mean, it looks a little bit silly on that car skin, to be honest. But can I make it shine maybe a bit more?
Willy, would you do title change? Please.
But it is perfect. It's the perfect Evo pink right now, isn't it? Just not bright enough. I can't get it.
Exclamation mark Delta, if you wonder which competition that is.
Yeah, that's a bit better, I think. You still have a competition, Marius?
Yeah, a big one. Last Saturday I also told you now comes a very nice competition that you would also love.
Yeah, I already have something different that I'm gonna do though, actually.
Like there are also lots of good players here. It's not like it's hosted by
No, that's not what I mean. I actually do have something in Trackmania that I'm gonna do now already. Something that you would be interested in as well, but only as a spectator potentially. Is the trigram just letters and numbers? Yeah, the trigram is just letters and numbers. It's backwards.
Yeah,
Lime is doing it. No, not map building. It's the backwards server that is gonna be on Wednesday. Me and Lime are gonna stream on it now a little bit because she's doing a 24-hour stream, and I mean, 24 hours filling 24 hours is kind of difficult in general, and maybe teasing the server a little bit is not a bad idea. So Braille. Yeah, no, Seth, no. I mean, I don't think Nadir likes this plugin at all. I don't think that Nadir likes this plugin, or at least whoever from Nadir that made the decision back then to say things like, yeah, people wanted the red number to like disable that it can get red on them because, you know, people like to play hard off because precisely they don't want that information, for example. And they wanted an option for that, but Nadir never delivered. So I do feel like Nadir is looking at this plugin and be like, but we didn't want that, because now if I'm in red, I don't see it anymore, because it doesn't override it. Which is actually kind of nice, to be honest.
I mean, I always
like
wonder it, for me personally, what is the better solution. Because, I mean, I play always interface off. Always. In United, I don't have the information then on which position I am, unless I make the interface off at a certain spot. So now here I have still no interface, but I get a crucial information which position I have. And that can be sometimes an advantage, and sometimes it's a disadvantage to know that. I don't know if I had the option, if I would use it, and actually, I don't know if I wanted to do that in a cup of the day, because you need to know sometimes, am I in red or not? Sometimes this information would be important.
Yeah, no, that's true. Actually, I still have this enabled. Goodbye, Padris. I'm gonna... Gonna go now, so see you, Marius.
See you. Cuts are not allowed. So we start with a knockout. And there are lots of knockouts. "26 people will get knocked out after the 6th lapper. 26 people. And then we are top 32. So now the aim is basically to get into the top 32. Once we did that, the next round, then always the top 50% will get eliminated. So then it is about getting top 16. Afterwards, it's about getting top 8. Then about getting top 4. But yeah, top 32 should be not too difficult if I don't make big mistakes. It's a quite short race, or how many laps do we actually try? It's 6 laps. Oh, it's super lucky when I make interface on, what the fuck. And I don't even use Open Planet. But yeah, it's also about learning the track now, because it might become kinda difficult later on. But yeah, compared to last time, the one lap here is basically just a bit more than a minute or something. So while last week it took quite long, this is now different. This is difficult to stay inside there. Super weird corner. And there are some parts that I don't like at all in this map. Okay, so you can remember now Arzeon with a 6 minutes 04.5. Azide. Arzeon is so dumb by changing his name. He is so much worse now in the alphabet. He would be one of the top players. So Azide 607 and I did 611. Next round we need to be top 16. Which is DC with a 628. So that is 17 seconds behind. Oh, we have actually more knockouts. In Div 2 someone drove the map backwards. Eller bei Div fast, what? Hallo Endel. Okay, no. 16 players will get knocked out now. Ah, there were still people coming, I guess. That's why it's now 29. It felt like there were actually more no finishers. Anyway, top 16 can become quite difficult on certain tracks already. Here, after being third in the first try, I mean, if I don't make big mistakes, I should be still fast enough for that. Have the gear. Remember the next stockout round, I need to be top 8. At the moment, with this performance here, I would be top 8, but only by a bit, position-wise. always wonder what that penalty is when you have penalty at the inside of plastic, which is an item. Doesn't exist in the editor. Last lap was amazing. I wanted to make sure to get a local so that I never have the lag issue. I got the 5th local, I guess. Did I? Only by 0.3 improve. I mean, the end was fucked up, to be honest. The end was fucked up. But let's see who gets knocked out. Intex. I see as a big name, but maybe didn't drive. Seraph and Speed Surf are out. Dank Monkey is out. Heath is out. Yo. Heath KO is still shit. Yeah. Alright. Hey Plutic. Yeah, the map is definitely pretty good when it works. Then it's pretty good, but I do not like this right turn here. Because I'm not really sure with getting the slide and with the transition in general. Can I even move the camera now? Only by a little bit, I guess. Not fully. Yeah, otherwise I was also not sure with getting the slide here in this black turn. I was also afraid that you could here get a no slide. Then this exit here, it is a little bit... It's not really blind, but I fear to get too far outside and not making it through the checkpoint triangle. Otherwise, this is was the big issue in the beginning, definitely. This right turn, you need to stay here. You need to stay so much on the right, otherwise you start jumping and then you can't even get the checkpoint. The last checkpoint is there. So this is actually really, really important to get this transition. Okay, so I need to get top 8 now. That will be tough. Holy moly. That also became closer than I want. I do an early Neo slide there, kind of. Yeah, the first lap was something to forget. Even though many parts were decent. And the parts that weren't decent, they were costing me quite a lot. I need now my last lap pace from the last race. But I need it over several laps. Yeah, what the fuck? How did I gain so many positions in just a few corners? Wow, that was so inside. Kacke. Dude! Woo! Ah, I was so far outside of the last off-road without any need. I could have had a sick line there. Again 8th, like last week. Okay. So now I need top 4. How can you touch their fucking transitions? Hey guys, full risk. I mean, this only happened because I didn't know. I just didn't know. So. Nein. Oh. Fuck it. I just can't focus today. It was super close. I was only 2.8 behind first, and no, the orange place is 2.3. I was basically, I had all the chances to still get in. It was just a close race. And if I didn't have that clip in the first lap, I would be in the right positions all the time. I was going super outside in that first drift. After the, or in the drift into the MultLap, I was going super outside. Trying to get as much speed as possible. And then the chicane was just at the wrong place. Fuck. I will go for world record now, last lap. Nope. I tried. This is such a copy-paste from last week, where I also got as 8th place into the top 8, just to have an early thing that pushes me into last place, and then I also there got 6th in the end because there were 2 DNFs. That's exactly copy-paste! Just that this time I definitely had the pace for the top 4 and also for the victory. I think that I'm fast on this track. Especially Alcon went out, so... Damn. But I mean, I got at least another good position for the season. But yeah, I definitely had the pace. Like that early crash that I had, or that clip that I had on the dirt, and I mean I was only missing 4/10 to get in, and I definitely caught up to the others. It was just a very close race then, but super possible. You see here my best lap time is a 59.30, and that was in the middle of the race. That was here lap 3 or something where I drove that. And when I'm so far up in the local leaderboard, then when the pace is already there, then just the consistency, which usually is my strength, needs to be there, and I am definitely able to win this. I would need to check again how I crashed there. I was in that moment very unhappy about how far outside I drifted here. And then for a moment in that drift, I thought, oh shit man, that's so outside, I have to let off the brake now. And I basically, at that drift, I thought I want to be outside in order to get a best lap time, another PB in the next lap. That was basically my thing that I wanted to do. I want to have another PB and start good into the round. And then I went all in basically to have the perfect line into this chicane. And I didn't have the perfect line, and once you have to correct, you have no chance to get around. If Arsion would have called Arsion, then the alphabetically worst player would be Bossbeth with a B. So incredible. Ah man, but here was really so much more possible. Here you see Bossbeth with the early mistake now. The thing is, if you just get here, the final, this is not the final round. This will decide who will win. The final round is usually pretty shit. We see that quite often, that all the players actually make mistakes and drive worse. So just getting here would give a very good opportunity to win the thing. Airside, or he was too inside. Had to open the steering, but maybe he'd always drives it like that. He has also a shit line now. Look how he has to release. So he's dropping a little bit. Bossbeth is now 6/10 behind him. So far, it's a good race. Very weird jump by both Arceon and Aside. Akros was the only one not jumping so super high. Bossbess caught up to first because Arceon lost time there. Bossbess is only a second behind, but he is in last. Oh, Akros was super wide there. So we have the first half of the race soon done. And all players are within a second. That's good. Nobody is driving new personal best times. Unless that one from Akros, that was maybe this race, yeah. Yeah, Akros got one improvement. Otherwise, Arceon is also the fastest in the locals. Aside and Akros are right behind me. And Bossbess is third, so yeah, fast players. Actually, Bossbess catching up here. You can spectate him now, because he's creeping in closer to Aside. Arceon got a little bit of a gap, 6/10 here. Oh, Bossbess super inside, but now he has to lift. Yeah, he did that. Otherwise, he would have gone very far outside on the off-road, and he gets a full nose slide. And also, Akros lost time there. Yeah, Bossbess is now 3 seconds behind with that nose slide. What the heck was that nose slide? And he couldn't get away from it. I mean, he's trying with a mouse. I don't know how difficult that is then, but seems very difficult. Oh, and there's the next big mistake, and he actually decides to respawn, and now everything falls apart. And somehow Arceon also lost quite a lot of time, because to Aside he had quite a lot of lead. But now it's only 2 players left fighting for the win. And 1 single lap to go. Arceon getting a small lead, but he's super outside there. Aside catching up, last lap will decide. They have to go for first local as well. Arceon with a much better line through the multi-lap though. Wow, Aside had to multiple drift there. And he loses more time. So Arceon now 6/10 up. Looks good what Arceon is doing until here. Aside, however, caught up in the middle section by a tiny bit. Goes very far outside, he takes a lot of speed, but has a worse angle into the CP. He caught up to Arceon, but Arceon has a better exit here, and this should be it. He can go full speed, almost into it, and he gets a... oh, he didn't get a local, but Bossbess got a third local and gets that third place. Aside stays in second. GG. Was a good race. 6 minutes, 0.9 is the winning time. I didn't really see what it was in the round before and what was needed to drive in the previous round to actually reach the top 4. I don't remember, but overall, good race. And this is nice, like this went quick, kind of. When did we start? 22:30 we started, right? So it's only 48 minutes. That was a very quick one. Yeah, we will have different map styles. This was yeah clearly mixed, and mixed is definitely one of my best ones. Sadly, I didn't really use my chance here. There was definitely more possible. Winning would have been tough, with Arceon driving that well though.